Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to make a scrapbook layout today, a double page spread using the Eat, Play, Love papers that are out of the March-April catalogue. They're gorgeous papers, and when I first saw them I had an idea in mind about what I want to do with them, and it's been brewing for a little while, and I have finally put it all together and worked it all out, and I've got a base layer that I have cut on the Cricut machine. But I just wanted to show you the actual papers and everything. The wooden shapes are gorgeous. There's a Cricut collection that goes with it as well, and stamp sets and so on. But what I'm going to be using today, you can see the sticker sheet, double-sided papers, this paper as well, which is gorgeous. I'm going to take all of that away, and I'm just going to use this paper from the collection and some Cricut cuts. So to show you what this is all going on to, I have designed in Design Space base layers with little grid patterns to place the squares of this paper. So I've basically cut the zip strip off, which is this pattern piece up here. I've cut a sheet in half, and then I have used these, which are basically 2" by 2" squares, and I'm filling in these areas here with spaces for photo mats and some journaling. And this is the left page, which is what I'm going to construct with you here today. And this is the right, so you get an idea of what I'm going to be doing. You can see here, I've put some of this together already, that all these little dots that I have lined up and cut out on the Cricut machine are perfect little spots for these little squares to go, and they house the photo mats as well. So let's get started and put this together. So I've got all my pieces, and I've been playing around with them a bit, so you'll hear me peel them off to put them in. You can see that I've already tried doing this once, and I've done some testing to make sure that everything works and fits properly, and I couldn't do that without sticking it down. Then I found that I needed to adjust things just a little bit to get everything to fit. So all of these little squares, as I said, are 2 by 2 inches, and as soon as I saw the paper, I knew that I wanted to do a layout something like this. So I'll speed this up so you don't have to see me stick everything down. That's all the pieces adhered for the decorations around the border, and I love these little holes. It sort of reminds me a little bit of a tablecloth. And now I've got some almond cardstock that I'm using for photo mats. So that's basically the left page, and the photos will go here, 6 by 4s and a 3 by 4. And I've decided that I don't really want to use this square. Instead, I'm going to use some of these Eat, Play, Love wood shapes to decorate the page. And I think that little pot there would look rather gorgeous. And I'm going to use glue dots to adhere that. I could use glue, but I just find glue dots with these works really, really well. Place that one in there. I think that's a nice little place for it to go, and I'm going to put one of these little floral sort of embellishments in as well. Now you can colour these with the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, or with shimmer brushes, or you can ink them up, but I quite like the wood with this. Now I'm going to work on this side, and I've used some of the Cricut collection to create a title, and I'm just going to put the baking together and the little stack of bowls, which I thought was perfect. So I'll put those together now, and I'll speed up doing that as well. I'm just going to use this aqua glue because I just find it goes on nice and quickly and gives me some wriggle room. But I really love how the titles and the bowls all stack together in this Cricut collection. I'm just going to place a block on that while I put the glue onto this together. It's very, very fine, so I'm going to use my tweezers to hold it and to put the glue on top of my all-purpose mat because I can always wipe that off. And now I can adhere the layers of the bowls. And I've used Glacier, Candy Apple and Lemonade, which are the colours that are recommended on the zip strips of this collection. Now what I've done is I've actually put glue here where I shouldn't have. So I'm just going to get a little bit of scrap cardstock and cover that up, because I do want to be able to put my photo on the page, and having that all covered up with glue is going to stop that from happening. So no one's going to know that that piece is there. And now I'll be able to slide my photo under there. If I'd left all that glue on, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So even if you make a little bit of a mistake, there are ways to fix it. And I think for this one, I might put some foam tape on it to give it a bit of dimension. So now all that's left for me to do is just adhere a couple more of the little wood shapes from the Eat, Play, Love wood shapes. And put a little heart on this bowl. We actually have three different sizes of glue dots. I'm using the mini dots and the micro dots. I find they're the ones that I reach for the most. So I want to put another heart up here. And another little floral element. So they sort of go in a triangle across the page like that. And then I'm going to bring in some Daisy Meadow dots and some In This Together dots. In This Together was a special in March, and the Daisy Meadow dots are March, April, and I just like these two colours work really well with this collection. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few of these around using the Glacier ones for this page, for these pages, and they almost look like Lemonade or Canary from the In This Together collection. And I can use the deeper colour as well just to add a bit of depth. I do fuss around with where they go. It does take me a bit of time to work out placement for these. I know they're just little dots, but I do like having things in groups of 3 and scattered around and try to make things look fairly balanced on the page. And some large ones and some small ones. I need another Glacier type one over here. I don't want to put too many on the page because when the photos go on here, it's going to be fairly busy. But as long as I've got some darker ones with the light ones, then everything does stay fairly balanced. That one's a bit too big, I think, so I'll put that one back and I'll just get a small little one to pop down here. So that's the completed double page spread now. You can see that depending on what's on the other side will show through. So I think what I will do is mount them on the candy apple to give a bit of depth to the pages. Okay. The paper itself as a sheet is quite busy, so I really did want to break it up a bit and give these gorgeous little squares a place to live by making this dot design, grid design with the Cricut design space. So once I'd worked all of that out, I couldn't wait to get these pages together. So I think what we need to do now is go off and bake some cookies or something and have some photos to put on the page. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be some still shots at the end for you to look at. I hope you enjoyed watching me quickly put this together, and I can't wait to make some more pages with this wonderful collection. Bye for now.